So hello everybody, Jumpy87 here, and today we are going to get into my favorite, my 2019 favorite affordable indie drugstore eyeshadow palettes basically. And I have some singles in here as well, but they're from like indie brands. And yeah, so let's get started. I have a couple of honorable mentions as I always do, but I guess I'll start off with the singles since that's what's sitting right on top, and then we'll go into like the indies and, you know, drugstore or whatever. So all these shadows are from Luxy Beauty. They are gorgeous, and I really like them. They have a lot of nice duochromes. Like, I've used this one a few times. This is the one I had in one picture where the eyeshadow shifts from like a pastel blue to like a pastel purple. This is it. It is gorgeous. This color is Omega. It's gorgeous. This one is like a creamy, like greenish type shadow. I like all of these shadows, but the three at the bottom are the ones I use the most. I think these are a couple of ColourPop shadows from the I Love Side of E original palette that she had, the darker palette. If I remember correctly, that's what those are. And this, I think, is Anastasia Beverly Hills single. I don't remember, so don't quote me. But those are amazing. Then I have this JD Glow one that keeps breaking on me. I have only used this a couple of times, but when the way it came pressed, like it has been breaking from jump. But this is I forgot the name of these two, and I don't want to pick it up since it's falling to pieces, so I hope yours don't do that. But the rest of these are ColourPops. I've just mainly want to talk about these two right here. This one and this one. They are great. The ColourPop ones are good too though. I'm pretty sure this is Glass Bull. I forgot the name of this one. And this one, but I think the ones at the bottom are ColourPop as well, or a couple of them might be ABH, I'm not sure. But I wanted to shout out this color right here because, as you can see, this one is, you know, she's dying. She's dying. Okay, so the next ones I have are from one of my favorite indie brands. This is Give Me Glow. So I found out about Give Me Glow last year with the Christmas Morning palette. Kathleen Lights had used a couple of their singles to make an eye look, and I was like, oh my god. And they were two of the singles out of the Christmas Morning palette, but I had already missed out on the Christmas Morning palette, so then I was sad. But I hear it's coming back this month, hopefully, because I want to grab that as well. Even though I have other colors that are similar to it, I just love the formulated eyeshadows. But I've done looks on both these palettes if you're interested. I think I've done looks on every single palette I'm talking about, believe it or not. So, and those singles as well. But this is the Juicy Olive. This is what it looks like on the inside. I think this is a gorgeous palette, and y'all know how I am about my greens. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted the Gemini palette to be, basically something like this. And I feel like they gave me those orange, pukey yellows and like browns that are too light for me to use, and then a few greens. But I wanted it to be more like this. Only thing is, I feel like a couple of these colors are similar, like this one and this one, so just bear that in mind when you're blending. It might, you know, be a little difficult because these two are so similar, but otherwise it works just fine. And it's a gorgeous palette, and you should get your hands on it. Next is the Vintage Rose. When I saw them preview this, I was like, yes, I need it, yes. And this is what it looks like on the inside. I feel like it would actually be a pretty good companion with palette with the Juicy Olive, because there's only one green in here, and the rest of them are like these rose tone situations. So this is like the stem, and this is like, it says it's the thorn, and the rest of these are like these pinky type colors. If you wanted more greens to incorporate with this palette, I feel like it would be good if you just grab the Juicy Olive. I don't know if they have a combo of these. I feel like they should, but if they don't, you can always just buy them individually. And they had them on sale on Black Friday. I bought mine originally when they first came out though. I think I got the Vintage Rose at the second restock, or it was the first or second restock, but the Juicy Olive I got when it first came out. Anyway, next is the OPV Beauty Spotlight palette. I didn't know where to put this palette, if it was like more affordable or if considered indie, and I think they're considered indie, so that's why I just went ahead and put it in here. But oh crap, I forgot to bring another palette out. The Spotlight palette by OPV Beauty. This is what it looks like. This is what I wanted Born to Run to be. I wanted it to be this palette because I feel like this gives me more color, and I feel like the shimmers in here are better. I feel like the shimmers in there are more satiny and soft, and these are more pigmented and pow in your face, and that's what I like, if you can't tell by what's on my eyes right now. This look should already be up on IGTV by the time this video goes up. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It's a gorgeous palette. Definitely think you should get your hands on it. Now, I meant to grab the Warrior palette in addition to this palette. So, we're going to talk about the Warrior palette. I have videos on the Warrior palette. I'll try to remember to link them up above or in the description box down below. But I only pulled the Triad palette for some reason. I think I was in a rush because my family's gone and I don't know when they're coming back. And I told y'all my grandma likes to bother my makeup. So it's like I didn't want to be in here digging. And then she found out where I put it and, you know, bother it. But I pulled out the Triad palette. So, and this palette along with the Warrior palette are in the giveaway for you all. That's already posted. By the time you see this, I should be announcing the winner. Anyway, this is what the inside of it looks like. Y'all know how I am about greens, and that's why I wasn't really concerned about the Huda Beauty green, because I can use this green, or I can use this green, or I can use this green, and I love this brown shade. Like, it has this weird mustardy undertone for it that just makes me obsessed with it. And then y'all know I'm all about these shimmers, because I think all these shimmers are dual chrome if I remember correctly. I know this one is. I think this one has some green reflex in it. And I think this one is just a plain shimmer. But this palette is gorgeous. It's amazing. This and the Triad palette are definitely palettes I feel like you should get your hands on, or else I wouldn't have put them in the giveaway. I love them. And the next one. It took me a while to buy this palette, because I told y'all when it came out that price point was not happening. I was not having it. So I feel like with that comment, you should already know I'm talking about the Jaded palette by Kathleen Knights. Sorry, the So Jaded palette by Kathleen Knights and ColourPop. I don't have a problem with the size of the palette, even though it is kind of big. It is a little bit harder to store compared to the palettes that they normally have. But I mean, I feel like since people own Morphe palettes, clearly this is not nearly as big as a Morphe palette. But you know, it's a nice palette. Y'all know my eyes were drawn to like this section right here, and then a little bit of this section right here. So I like the way they scattered the colors out in the palette, and you know, kind of gave you a nice little color story there. Some of them are kind of boring though, and I probably would never touch. But for the most part, I feel like it's a cohesive palette that I would use a lot. I just wouldn't use a lot of the warm tones. I'm more of a cool tone girl. Like I said, if you watch this channel, you already know. But I think I've already done like 3 looks with this palette, so that shows you how much I like it. I like it enough to have done like 3 different looks, because I used it on my own first. Then I did like 2 looks for you all. I'll probably be using a little bit more, but you know, I think it's a cute palette. And if you want to get your hands on it, I feel like you should. They actually have it at Ulta right now. And with that 20% off coupon, it'll probably be a good deal to go ahead and grab it. But that's up to you. I'm sure that sale will be over by the time I say this. But you can still get, I think, 10% off with some people's codes, or $5 off or something like that. So it's up to you. The last palette I have, as far as not honorable mentions, is the Wet n Wild 40 palette. Now, the controversy that came with this palette, oh my god. And it's like, why? Like everybody said, you didn't invent the rainbow, so why are you being so extra about this palette? But this is what the palette looks like. I think it's a cute palette. It didn't exactly copy his shades. Like some of them are shimmers instead of mattes and things like that, but I like this palette overall. I think I've done like 2 or 3 looks with this palette, so again, that's how much I liked it. I did a yellow look, I think I did a green look. Wow, I didn't do a purple look with this palette. I might need to do that, but I did a red look, I did a yellow look, and I'm pretty sure I did like a blue look. I think I did like a mint blue look with this palette. I don't know, but this is a great palette and a great value. And when they had their 50% off sale, this is only 20 bucks, so it's like 10 bucks. So I definitely think you should go ahead and snag it. They keep having 40 and 50% off sales on their website constantly. So get your hands on this palette. Get your hands on this palette while you can. I don't know if it's limited edition or permanent. So it's another reason I'm saying get your hands on it while you can. Because even if you can't necessarily afford to buy all the colorful shadows that are out here that are popular, Wet n Wild has a pretty decent formula. And since this gives you a good variety of shades, you might not have to buy other things. Now, let's get into my honorable mentions. I don't have that many. I wasn't sure if I should put Colored Rain in here or not, but I just went ahead and did because it's an indie brand, and I said indie, affordable, and you know, like drugstore, so that's why they're in here. The Safari Rain palette is an honorable mention because I only use it a couple of times, and when it comes to preferences, I honestly prefer the Triad palette just because it gives me way more greens. Like this gives you a row of oranges, this gives you a row of greens, and then it gives you a row of cool tones. So I appreciate that, but since I'm not really big on warm tones, this row doesn't mean anything to me. The 2 other rows mean something, and I just feel like the Triad palette gives me more of what I'm looking for when it comes to greens. So that's why this is an honorable mention, because the quality of their shadows is amazing. It's just the Triad palette's color story is more intriguing to me, but I like both of them, so I figured I'd include both of them. The last 2 palettes I have are the Hot Heat palettes. Now, mind you, since I have the Colored Rain's Queen of Hearts palettes, I didn't need this. So I actually decluttered and gave this one to my mom. So I had to go in there and get it. I had dug my nail in the video, if y'all remember correctly, though. But I gave this to my mom because she really liked the color story. And I'm like, I already have like 2 palettes similar to this, because I did a review on the KKW like So Fire palette and compared it to the Queen of Hearts palette as well. So I already have 2 palettes that are similar to this color story, and I probably have more that I have just overlooked. Like I feel like Gingerbread Spice looks similar to the Queen of Hearts palette as well. So I already have, if I'm counting that one, I have like 3 palettes that look the same. So I definitely need this one. But the quality of this is amazing. So don't ever knock the quality of it. It's amazing. That's why it's in here. Because if I did not have those other 2 palettes, I would definitely hold on to it and be stingy with it. And occasionally use it from time to time. This one was the one that caught my eye. But it's an honorable mention because I have only used it, I think, a couple of times, because I always have to review a whole bunch of other palettes. That doesn't mean I don't like it, and like I said, the quality of their shadows is amazing. It's just more because I have so many palettes I have to go through, and we know I'm a high-end snob at the end of the day. Like, I reach for other palettes over it, but that doesn't mean it's not good. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. I have to go grab all the blushes, bronzers, and highlighters now and film that video, so that way I can be done for the day. Next week is when I'm going to start filming the worst video, but I have pulled out a few palettes, and I'm going to do the worst palettes right after this, just so I can be done with the whole palette thing, since the palettes are what take the most time for me, because y'all know I got a million of them and they're my favorite things. So I want to get all those out the way, and then we can go on to other things that aren't going to take me as long to decide on, because I don't have as many, or I don't use as many. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.